Good afternoon. This is Don Hadley with another drive-through. Wanted to talk to you about less structure, more accountability. It's interesting because there's a lot of conversations I get into, especially with HR people, where they want to talk about the verbal warning, the written warning, all that. There's a lot of process, and while I think that's very important to have, what I find a lot of times it's better to have 2, 3, 4 coaching sessions before you get into the formal process. Otherwise, what happens is we start scaring people. We start getting more formulaic, where we don't care about the person. It's harder to show care if they feel like we're pushing them into a system that says, here's step 1, 2, 3, 4. I also think accountability is something that's very difficult, at least at the upper and the mid-level ranges of a business, because you're asking people to think through how to do what they do more effectively, how to motivate other people, how to get more movement. And a lot of those areas are gray areas. And there's different ways of doing it. And sometimes you do things that don't seem to work, but they take time. So in the course of doing this, to get this accountability for results, a lot of what I'm trying to do is coach people. And if I take that as my first line of defense, even when somebody's not doing something they're supposed to, it works much better. It's a little bit slower process, but then after 3 or 4 times of that, if it's not working, I can always bring them into the formal performance improvement plan or the verbal written, whatever it is that y'all use. So I think most organizations we work with, in fact, I would say all of them, are trying to really get accountability, but also accountability where people have autonomy and freedom to try things, to learn. And if they're not doing the basic stuff, then the conversation is really about, hey, do you really want to be here? Maybe you don't want to be with us. So I wanted to share this with you because too often we focus on structure, the rules, the policies, versus, on the other hand, how do we coach somebody to become better, become more effective, and really mental models of how they can be great leaders and teach other people to be great leaders and great followers. So I wanted to share it with you. I appreciate your time.